Hey guys, HDV here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got some pretty exciting things to go over. We have some new potential Mega Evolution leaks for Pokemon Legends ZA. We have some pretty big Nintendo Switch 2 updates to go over, and then also some Generation 10 rumors as well to take a look at. Plenty of things to get into today. If you're excited for the video, make sure to drop a like down below. It's trying to 500 likes, it really helps out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we cover in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way, let's get into the video, and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, let's take a look at these potential Mega Evolution leaks for Pokemon Legends ZA. Now, this comes to us from Centro Leaks, who again, I've always said, I don't think they have a great track record. They've obviously posted a lot of other people's leaks and stuff in the past. They have gotten a couple of things right. I think that was with Pokemon Home. But then they have also posted things in the past that, you know, I think the very memeable one a while ago was the Animal Crossing character that they thought was a leak for BDSP, stuff like that. But they're posting this today, which is talking about Mega Evolutions in Legends ZA and a potentially leaked one as well. So I'd say take it with a massive grain of salt. I personally don't think they're a very credible source. They just cover leaks just like we do. Like, I'm not a leaker, I just cover leaks, and that's exactly what I think Centro Leaks does as well. But again, we're going to cover this just in case because they have gotten a couple of things right regarding Pokemon Home in the past. But, you know, take of this what you will, whether you believe them or not is completely up to you. But we have Centro Leaks here posting saying, how many Pokemon shown in this video get Mega Evolutions? Answer, more than one. So the second trailer that dropped for Pokemon Legends ZA, there was a number of returning Pokemon revealed, and Centro is basically saying, you know, there's more than one new Mega Evolution in that trailer. So it says, note that we're talking about the specific Pokemon, not their evolutionary lines. So I'm trying to think of a Pokemon that was seen in this trailer, like Pidgey maybe, I think was shown. It wouldn't be talking about that evolution line. They'd be talking about a specific Pokemon that appears. So a Pokemon on the top of my head that appears, I think, was maybe Crocodile. So it'd be a Pokemon like that. It wouldn't be the evolutionary line that maybe pops up. So like a Sandile would pop up. That wouldn't be what they're referencing. They'd be like, the Pokemon that's getting the Mega Evolution has shown up in this trailer. That's basically what they're saying. They're also saying new Mega Evolutions as well. So brand new, not like returning Megas or anything like that. And then they say, one of them is not from Generation 6. Now let's wait for the next trailer. And then they actually put an asterisk and have made a mistake and they say 2. So there's 2 new Mega Evolutions in this trailer that are not from Generation 6. And then they also reply to Jack of Joker saying, are any Generation 6 Pokemon getting Mega Evolutions? Because so far it's just Diancie. We have Centro here saying, we know Zygarde is getting one from the Terra Leak. Again, that could have been scrapped, but it's very unlikely. And then it would be weird if it were only one, wouldn't it? So let's take a look at this specific list that has popped up. So we have Scuff here, who's basically given us the kind of options that it potentially could be. And they've kind of, I guess, dumbed it down to Garbodor, Chandelure, Roserade, which again, we also covered that potential Roserade Mega Evolution in a recent video. You know, Roselia's head pops up as like one of the icons. We also have Roserade on the sort of kind of, it was like a window or something like that. But there's a lot of Roserade representation. Hippowdon, Crocodile, Raichu, and Victreebel. So the list of specific non-Generation 6 candidates, not including evolutions, who appear, so 2 of these 7. You must be really confident in the source of this one. And then we've got Big Bad Bear saying they mention it's specific Pokemon. There's a few that were the pre-evolution, so that doesn't really count. But it's not a wild guess that trailer shows main Pokemon in the game. Yeah, those are the fully evolved Pokemon who aren't Generation 6, aren't evolutions, and don't already have Megas that appear. So 2 of these 7 are going to be getting Mega Evolutions, which, again, for Centro to say this has to be very, very sure of this source being right, because this is not a big list. This is not a Riddler-Coup sort of couple of little messages here and there, and it's like a massive, long-ass riddle that we have to decipher. It's a 2 out of 7 chance, you know? That's nearly half. So you probably got a good chance if you guess one of these that it's gonna be a Mega Evolution. For me, I would say Roserade, just simply because we've already covered the hints towards Roserade, and there's been a lot of representation already for Roserade in Pokemon Legends ZA. The other one, I really don't know. I would love to see Mega Raichu. Is it like a Garochu? Crocodile would be really cool. Chandelure would be really cool. But it's probably going to be something like Victory Bell, because a lot of Generation 1 Pokemon are getting evolutions or forms or some sort of extra thing as we get new games and stuff. But again, as I said, take it with a massive grain of salt. This isn't confirmed or anything. As I say, Centro is, in my opinion, not a quote-unquote leaker. They just cover leaks. But this is a very, very, very small list. So 2 of these apparently getting Mega Evolutions in Pokemon Legends ZA, which it'd be kind of cool. This list is good. Like Roserade, one of my favorite grass types. Would love to see Mega Roserade. Would love to see Mega Crocodile, Raichu, Chandelure. They would be like top picks. Even Hippowdon would be cool as well. I'm just not a massive fan of Garbodor or Victory Bell, really, so I'm not really too fussed about them getting them. But what do you think? Are you trusting this source, or do you think that it is just complete BS? And also, if it is true, which of the 2 of these would you love to see get a Mega Evolution in Pokemon Legends ZA? Again, as I've said, cannot stress this enough. Take it with a grain of salt, though, because Centro, in my opinion, is not a quote-unquote leaker. Anyway, moving on, let's take a look at some new Nintendo Switch 2 stuff. So we've got Stealth here tweeting out, saying, according to new FCC filings, the Nintendo Switch 2 will have NFC, Wi-Fi 6, and the ability to charge Switch via its bottom USB-C port or its new top USB-C port. And then also goes on to say backwards compatibility with the Switch games sort of does require NFC support for Amiibo, especially for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I'm much more excited for better Wi-Fi than the Switch is able to produce. Only a few more weeks until Nintendo actually tells us what the Switch 2 can do. So let's take a look at this sort of article. It was posted on The Verge saying the Nintendo Switch 2 will have NFC and Wi-Fi 6 FCC filings show. This isn't really a rumor or anything. This is legitimate. Like, these filings have been filed for this console. So the Nintendo Switch 2 is already official, but there's a lot we still don't know. Like, will Nintendo's new handheld support the NFC-equipped Amiibo figurines that can wirelessly unlock content in video games? Today, it seems likely they will, because filings at the Federal Communication Commission, being the FCC, reveal the console will support NFC. They even specify that the RFID feature will be located in the right Joy-Con, just like it was in the original Nintendo Switch. The Nintendo Switch 2 is apparently designated the BEE-001, the company's radio equipment test filings reveal, where BEE is Nintendo's designator for the Nintendo Switch 2 family of products, with 001 being the main console, 014 the right Joy-Con, and 012 being the left. So this is a little bit more information about the description and stuff. You can see the Switch 2 was tested with an HAC game card, meaning a cartridge from the original Nintendo Switch, so backwards compatibility. Nintendo previously confirmed the Switch 2 would be backwards compatible. So we already knew about that. So it says Nintendo's followed this pattern for decades. DNG was the original Game Boy, DOL was the GameCube, RVL was the Wii, and HAC was the original Nintendo Switch, as just a few examples. And then it says you'll also be able to charge the Nintendo Switch 2 from either its bottom USB-C port or its new top USB-C port, the filings reveal. Nintendo's announcement tease confirmed the Nintendo Switch would have an extra USB-C port up top, but I think this is the first real confirmation of charging from both. And then also says cabling and setups were taken into consideration and test data was taken under worst case conditions. You can't really see that bottom line, so I won't read that out. But it says the EUT is equipped with 2 rechargeable USB ports, so you can basically charge it from either end on the Nintendo Switch. And it says, if you are hoping for faster Wi-Fi in your Nintendo Switch 2, that's pretty likely as well. The filings show it will support Wi-Fi 6 being 802.11ax networks with up to 80 MHz of bandwidth, up from Wi-Fi 5 of 802.11ac on the original Nintendo Switch. However, it doesn't seem to have Wi-Fi 7 or Wi-Fi 6E, and it's only crossed the FCC with tests for 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz networks, not the faster, shorter range 6 GHz. I mean, it's going to have an Ethernet port anyway. Wired is always better than wireless in pretty much every single situation, for stronger speeds anyway. But obviously, if you're not able to use that, then it's good that the Wi-Fi is getting stronger, which you'd kind of expect anyway in this console. And it says, just in case you have doubts that this might be some other mystery Nintendo product, instead of a Nintendo Switch, diagrams at the FCC show it being tested with and without attached controllers and with and without a dock. So this is without the dock, and then this is with the dock. So it's unclear from these tests whether the Nintendo Switch 2 has faster charging speed or more power when docked. The original Nintendo Switch shipped with an unusual adapter that charged at up to 15V and 2.6A. FCC filings show the Nintendo Switch 2 is still rated for a maximum of 15V, but also mention an AC adapter that goes up to 20V. Both or either of these could be USB-C, PD, but we can't properly guess at charging speed in watts without knowing the amperage. We still don't know exactly when the Switch 2 will be released, but Nintendo has said it's coming sometime this year. So, pretty good updates about the Switch 2. Obviously, better Wi-Fi, chargeable in multiple spots, in like ports, and then whatever the other one as well, I can't remember already. But either way, good things for the Nintendo Switch 2. So that's that. And then that's also the Pokemon stuff as well. Finishing things off, though, we do have a Generation 10 rumor to go over. This was posted on the 23rd of February, so obviously before Pokemon Day, and it's apparently a Generation 10 story leak. Not sure how much I'm going to believe it. It's a 4chan post, obviously, so take it with a grain of salt. But let's see what we might be seeing in the Generation 10 games, which, again, very likely to be coming out next year for the 30th anniversary of Pokemon. So, it says, Generation 10 story leak. Gen 10 story is pretty dark, at least by Pokemon standards. I mean, we've had stuff like this already with the professors in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So this isn't something that's like brand new to Pokemon, and the afterlife being a central theme. The game has a more classic evil team called Team Veil, led by a tragic villain who wants to use the box legendary to resurrect their child, who was implied to have gone by the... you can't say words like this on YouTube, unfortunately, but yeah, basically the child is gone by the actions of a previous game's antagonist. Unfortunately, doing so would cause the living world to merge with the afterlife and create mass chaos, so the player needs to put a stop to it. I mean, that's an evil team, you know. That's finally... I mean, from where they're coming from is quite, you know, is... and I guess a nice place trying to revive their child and stuff. But in doing so, obviously, it's going to, like, destroy the world and bring all this chaos and stuff like that. So... it'd be a very interesting storyline. I don't think it'd go that deep. I understand the professors going because obviously they're adults, but obviously with children it's a lot more of a it's a much more of a sensitive subject. So maybe they wouldn't go that route, but I still hope that there is some sort of like proper evil team and stuff in Generation 10. During the game's climax, the player and the rivals are confronting the leader of Team Veil, who sets off a device that sort of just destroys them all and their Pokemon. The player and their rivals wake up in the afterlife where a few notable characters help them find Team Veil's leader. So that'd be an interesting thing. So we obviously go, and then we wake up in the afterlife, and then there's other characters there, and with our Pokemon, and then we have to get out of it. After they defeat their child helps them realize the error of their ways. The box legendary shows up to resurrect the player, rivals, and Team Veil's leader. A little bit like Shenron with the Dragon Balls, just comes back and brings everyone back. But the leader chooses to stay with their child, so that's quite a nice kind of fitting end. The player and rivals and Pokemon, of course, are sent back to the living world, and then the player takes on the league. The box legendary can be caught in the post game. So all of that happens. You know, you go into the afterlife, everything like that, and then you come back and then you just go challenge the league like nothing happened. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it'd be this dark. I mean, Legends EA is apparently going to be a little bit darker, which you'd kind of expect because Legends games are a little bit more mature. But going from, you know, being at school to the afterlife with one generation just seems a little bit unlikely. So I don't think it's going to happen. But I do hope that there is an evil team, like there's properly an evil team and they're trying to take over the world or something like that. Just some sort of motive that generally makes you feel better for defeating them and stopping them. A little bit like, you know, Archie and Maxie doing what they're doing with Kyogre and Groudon. Like, you feel like a sense of victory when you defeat them, not when you defeat a couple of school kids that have gone rogue. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on that rumor. Do you think it is true or not? And then also, let me know your thoughts on these potential ZA leaks as well for new Mega Evolutions. Again, 2 of these 7. It's a very, very small list. What are your thoughts on it? And do you think that it's true? I mean, I hope it's true because it means that we kind of know a couple of new Mega Evolutions. I assume whatever is potentially going to get a Mega Evolution on this list would get shown in the next trailer, but Either way, let me know your thoughts on that, and then also let me know your thoughts on all the Nintendo Switch 2 stuff as well. The stronger Wi-Fi, everything like that. Again, not long at all now until we find out about the Switch 2. It's what, like 20 days away, something like that? So close. Of course, we'll be streaming the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct and everything like that. But yeah, very exciting times. And again, could have some Legends ZA stuff in that as well if it is going to get an enhanced version. But anyway, that's everything from me. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like down below. It's trying to hit 500 likes. Does really help out. Again, leave a comment with anything we covered today. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. Have a great rest of your day. And until next time, peace.